Chapter 16. Trying Marriage Again. 9 days after Church was found not guilty of killing Swofford and Johnson, he followed through with the marriage proposal to Evelyn he had made on the bank of the Tennessee River. They were married March 9, 1936. Evelyn was born September the 16th, 1917. Prior to her relationship with Church, she had a son named Carl Julian Solomon, born December the 22nd, 1932. Carl liked Church because he was always nice and he didn't speak harshly to him. Carl fondly remembers the time Church took him and Evelyn to Florida on a nice vacation soon after they were married. Church treated him like a son instead of a stepson. Even though Carl was only 5 years and 7 months old when Church died, he had fond memories of Church and remembers him well. Carl said he cried when Church died. Church and Evelyn had one child together, Woodrow, born December the 20th, 1936. Woodrow does not remember his father because he was only 15 months old when Church died. Woodrow indicated his mother told him Church was a very sensitive man, a hard worker, helped a lot of people, and gave many people work. Woodrow said he never heard his mother say anything negative about his father. Evelyn's parents were Danny and Elizabeth Kitty Solomon, who lived near Church's home on Walden's Ridge. Danny and Elizabeth's other children were Flory, Loy, Arnold, Owen, and Daisy. Danny made good whiskey and played the fiddle. His son Loy was Church's best friend. Church built a house for Loy and his wife, Looney Farmer Solomon, on property just across the road from his home. Church had goats and often killed a goat and invited people from all around to eat and have a good time. Shooting matches were popular, but the people putting on the matches normally asked him to not shoot in the competition. He was such an excellent marksman. No one wanted to put up their hard-earned money to compete against him. There was a big knot on the floor of Church's home where he had a large container of whiskey hidden below. He could remove the knot, place a siphon hose into the container, and siphon any quantity out that he wanted for his own use or for a customer. Church also sometimes kept his whiskey for sale hidden under a wooden pile. When Church and Mary divorced in early 1935, he lost half of his land to her. He lost the remainder of his property along with his home to attorney Lou Pope 1 year later for defending him for murder. After Pope took possession of their house, Church and Evelyn moved to a home on his father's place across the road from his parents' home. Charles Clark said, "That broke him financially because he had to run through a lot anyway." In the last 2.5 years of Church Lester's life were said to have been the worst years of his life. After moving back to the old home place, Church continued to make whiskey but was unable to accumulate any wealth. He went downhill and started drinking more. After his death, Evelyn lived on Porch Rock Road about 200 yards north of Route 30 for about a year and a half, making a living bootlegging. There Carl said he witnessed his mother and his sister Flora get into a big fight. It was over a True Detective magazine with a story about the Elizabethan killings. It belonged to Evelyn, and Flora took it. After they fought for a good while, Evelyn got the better of her sister. Flora then pulled her Arkansas toothpick knife on Evelyn and threatened, "I'll kill you." But Evelyn took the knife away from her sister, continued to whip her. Carl indicated his mother was bigger and stronger than Flora. Flora was high-strung, very rough, and normally carried a pistol. She later married Herman Brewer Carruthers and moved to the Luminary community where they lived in the home where Thompson taught on the north side of Luminary, overlooking the Sequatchie Valley. For many years, Flora helped Thompson, Cotton Lawson, and Herman make whiskey near Thompson's home. Flora drank a lot of whiskey, too. On August the 29th, 1947, an argument started over a hunting dog belonging to Lester Walling at Holland's store in Luminary. A big fight ensued, and Flora blackjacked, cut, and shot Lester, who was the ex-sheriff Walter Walling's brother. Lester, in serious condition, was admitted to the Rockwood Hospital where he later recovered from his wounds. Flora, Cotton Lawson, and Bo Peep Solomon all reported to have been drinking heavily at the time they were all arrested. But Lester later dropped the charges against them. After Church died, Evelyn married James Brady Howard, a nephew of Walter Walling, in 1939, and she moved to his place in the Piney community in Van Buren County, west of Fall Creek Falls State Park. While living there, she helped James make whiskey. James's mother was Sally Walling Howard, a sister to Walter Walling. James and Evelyn later lived in Michigan for a few years, where he worked for a rubber company. Afterwards, they lived in Plainsville, Ohio for 2 or 3 years, where James owned and operated a few trucks. The couple returned to Van Buren County, where they lived the remainder of their married life. Evelyn died April the 19th, 1999. Carl Solomon said his mother and James fought a lot, and if he tried to help her, James knocked him down. When he was 16, Carl lied about his age and joined the Marines. He became a highly decorated Korean War veteran with 2 Purple Hearts and many other honors.